Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, 18 Whales to Wings, where I document my journey and step-by-step process of going from an 18-wheeler to a pilot. So we're going to just have a quick update today on this gloomy, rainy, gross, I don't know if you can see that rain, was wonderful. Kind of day we got going on. It's a little chilly out, 40 degrees, rainy, it's just nasty. But we're going to have a little update today. As I covered in my previous update that wasn't to do with my Discovery flight, I went for my AME medical, and he had to send out to the FAA for approval. He had to defer. Well, lo and behold, I finally got correspondence back in the mail from the FAA. One quick note on that, in case you've never talked to the FAA or the DOT or anything like that, correspondence by the mail come certified. So if you're not home to sign for it, you're going to have to go to your post office and pick it up, just so you know. So that actually was delivered to my house yesterday, and I had to go pick it up at the post office. So just be aware of that in case you weren't. Just a small detail. So what does it say? Well, I won't go into too much detail, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So obviously they said they need more information, and the letter basically has bullet points on it saying they need 4 things. I need to talk to my doctor and get some more information about previous diagnoses. I have to talk to my urologist about other things, but all in all, it doesn't look terrible. Looks like this is stuff that I can get organized, that I can get sent in. My whole question is, how long does it take? One thing that I do question, and maybe the FAA's website covers it, and they do give contact information, so you can call them or email them for more information, but the letter doesn't specify, and I read through the whole thing, how they want this information sent to them. Do they want it emailed? Do they want it faxed? Do they want it mailed? It doesn't say. So I'm going to have to figure that part out. And also, it doesn't say if, I have to gather all 4 pieces of information that they are requiring and send them all at once, or if, once I get one thing, I can send it. If I get another thing, I can send it, and so on and so forth. It doesn't specify, so I'm going to have to get in contact with the FAA, I think, and kind of clear that up. I'm also going to have to, well, I guess I don't have to. I'm going to call the AOPA, and see if they can offer me any guidance, because there's one thing on here that they're requesting that I'm pretty sure I already provided the AME when I went. It was an updated clinical progress note, and I sent that to him, so I figured he would have sent that along to the FAA. So I have to clear that up with somebody anyway, but I'm hoping the AOPA can offer me some guidance as far as trying to get this process sped up as soon as I get the information I need. Another thing to note is you get 60 days to give them the information. So I got 2 months, right? Obviously, I'm not going to take that 2 months. My plan is to hopefully get doctor's office visits scheduled within the next couple days here to review this information and get what I need from them, written up, typed up, printed out, sent to my email, however I need to get it. But first I need to talk to the FAA and figure out, how does this need to be PDF form? Like I said, it doesn't specify, which is odd to me. They want this information. How am I supposed to get it to them? How do they prefer? What's the fastest route? I'll have to double check the MedExpress website, because I'm pretty sure there might be a document submission tab in there. I'll have to look at that again. I haven't checked that out in a hot minute. But speaking of that website, when you go on the MedExpress website to fill out your whole medical history, and then after it's been submitted to the FAA, you can actually track the status of it. Now, not down to the T, like what stage it's in, but so after Miami submitted all my information to the FAA, I went on there and it said that it was submitted. So there's, like 6 stages, from filling out the information to the AME submitting stuff to their decision. There's a bunch of stages in the middle, and you can track kind of where your application is. So after the AME submitted it, I go on there and it says it's being reviewed. Okay. And it tells you that from date of submission from the AME, they target 23 to 28 days to have it reviewed and correspondence sent to you. I can tell you from my experience from this one thing, that was 100% accurate. I went on the MedExpress website. I think it was 25 days after my visit to AME, and sure enough, it said that the correspondent, it had been reviewed, correspondent or action needed. So I knew it wasn't going to be approved at that point, but action was needed, and that the correspondence would be to me within 3 to 5 business days by mail, obviously. So that website, at least for me in that moment, in this 2024 in April, was correct. Right to the day. Now, going forward, I don't know what it's going to say. Obviously, I'll update you on that, but that's a good sign. At least that when you go on the MedExpress website, you can track what your status is, and at least it's fairly accurate. So that's good. So what's next? Well, obviously I've got to get the information for this letter. I got to figure out how I'm sending it in and go from there. Nothing seems too crazy, honestly. Again, I thought I had already provided some of the information, but if I have to do it again, I have to do it again, whatever. The big question is going to be, how long is it going to take once I get them the information, right? I always hear horror stories. Oh, I had to wait 9 months. I had to wait 12 months. I had to wait 14 months, whatever it was, to get a response or whatever. So hopefully it doesn't take that long as soon as I get it to them. I'm going to try and get it to them as fast as I possibly can. But I also want it to be as accurate as I possibly can, so they don't come back at me and say, oh, this wasn't enough, we need this. I don't want that. I want to get it all squared away right now. So that's kind of the quick update on that. I don't really have any more information to give. So far the process has been smooth enough for what it is, for what I'm having to deal with. But so far so good. So I'll just wrap it here. Nice quick video, a little quick update. Like I said, this is more about informing you on my status, my journey, and keeping this as a record for me. I can look back and be like, oh yeah, that's where I was at this point, where I was at this point. So it's a little bit of everything. So on that, I will leave you to it. Go back and check out my other videos if this is your first time watching. Again, my subscribers, thank you. The ones that did subscribe, there's only a few of you, but thank you, appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.